Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're talking about how you can make free money and no, this is not a scam. I attempt at being a financial minimalist. I budget every dollar that I have. I even sold my BMW for a cheap Honda Civic, and while I'm an analyst by day, I have a lawn care side hustle that I work on the nights and weekends. So I recognize the value in saving money. That's why I budget every dollar. But at a certain point, you can only save so much. That's where you have to actually increase your income to get ahead. I did this even with my day job as an analyst. Originally, I was an analyst for a company, and year after year, my team outperformed our goals. And every year, our goals jumped, and we even outperformed those goals. There were scenarios where we'd get into the fourth quarter of the year, and our goals would jump. The senior leadership would come to our team and say, hey, we actually need to move your goal up a little bit, and we still achieved or overperformed those goals. Well, guess what? Year after year, I never got a substantial pay raise. Even though the team that I was on and we were all very successful, no one saw substantial pay raises. After a while, I recognized in order to get ahead, I had to take personal responsibility and go find another job. So now I'm a senior analyst making 35% more compared to my previous job. That was me recognizing that although I was saving as much as possible, I needed to do something different. I needed to make more money to get ahead. And I did that by recognizing that I wasn't getting anywhere at this first job and that management wasn't recognizing the value that my team brought. And I wasn't going to wait around for pay raises. I wasn't going to wait around for promotions. I had to take control, take personal responsibility, and go interview at a new company. I share all this with you so that you can understand my mindset, that I recognize that I need to save money, but I also need to earn more if I wish to get ahead. Even though I'm making 35% more on my day job, I also kept the side hustle for that extra revenue stream. So let me share with you the story of how I made $200 in 15 minutes with minimal effort. A couple weeks back, my wife and I are sitting in the hospital because she is 9 months pregnant and she is in labor. So during our hospital stay, my focus is on helping my wife, trying to keep myself from passing out because I absolutely hate hospitals, and looking for ways on how to make money. Actually, just kidding. This is baby number 2 and this was a prolonged labor. So during this time, they told my wife, why don't you go ahead and take a rest and just sleep for a while and regain your energy. Well, during this time, it's actually the coronavirus lockdown, so my wife is sleeping and I'm not allowed to leave the hospital room. So I just had my phone and I'm scrolling through and I come across a credit card deal. It says if you pay $500 on this credit card within 3 months, you get $200 cash back. Well, I looked into it and it was a valid offer. So right there in the hospital next to my wife who's technically in labor, but she's resting, I sat there, filled out this credit card application, and it maybe took me 10 minutes. Now, fast forward a number of days, we are now out of the hospital, the baby and mom are safe, we're home, and I get the credit card in the mail. I had a number of bills I needed to get caught up on, so I go through and I pay a number of bills and actually run out and do grocery shopping, and I use the new credit card. Just like that, maybe in 5 minutes, between paying off a couple bills and grocery shopping and using the new credit card, I met the $500 minimum. So just like that, I made $200, 15 minutes, technically out of nowhere, just by paying my bills. I'll share the link below to the credit card that I use. It's the Chase Freedom card, but there's also a variety of other cards out there that offer this same sign-up bonus. If you're worried about your credit score, check out this video here. It explains your credit utilization ratio, where it shows how much credit you have available to you, how much you're using, and the impact that that has on your credit score. Now, when I explained this process to friends and family where you could sign up for a card, pay for a couple of your bills, get the $200 cash back and move on to the next credit card, one response I got was, oh, well, I work for my money. And they kind of condemned this process. Well, that's great. You can work for your money too, but you got to look for opportunities. And that's the whole reason why I'm sharing this video. Yes, it's great to make $200, but if you look at the bigger picture, you should just be looking at opportunities. In my case, I recognized in my day job that I could make more doing the same exact work. I took the skills that I learned, applied them elsewhere. I'm not working any harder than I was at my last job, but I'm making significantly more money. On the side, I run a lawn care side hustle. That's just an extra revenue stream. The reason why that came about was because one day I got sick of my crappy push mower, went out and bought a riding lawnmower off of Craigslist, and I'm sitting there looking at this lawnmower in my garage, and I'm thinking, how can I actually make this mower make money for itself, actually pay for itself? So I started thinking, if I want to get this mower to pay for itself, all I have to do is mow a certain number of yards, and then it would have paid for itself. And I did just that. I started knocking on my neighborhood doors and finally got a couple customers. Now here I am 3 years later, and it seems like half the community knows that I do lawn care on the side, and I get calls every now and then, and it's definitely keeping me busy. And even with the lawn care side hustle, I see an opportunity like this credit card where you can get $200 cash back pretty much out of nowhere. And I'm thinking, how many lawns would I have to mow to get $200? Because the lawns don't bring in tons of money individually, but if you get a number of lawns and you mow them multiple times a month, after a while you start to see some cash flow. But for $200, that's a number of lawns right there that I can get just in working for 15 minutes by filling out a credit card application, spending the money on bills I already would have spent on, and then I get the $200. The idea here is just looking bigger picture at all the opportunities that you have available to you. If you're waiting for your next paycheck, it's never going to be enough. You need to look for more creative ways to make money. So I hope this video helps you to understand that, hey, there's maybe more to life than just a paycheck. You can go out and get a bigger paycheck, or maybe you can start a second revenue stream, or maybe you can just pick up a couple $100 free cash. Maybe you start getting into investments. Whatever the case is, hopefully this helps you see some alternatives and making some extra money. If you did enjoy this video, I ask that you please like and subscribe.